Hey bitches.
Gatita. Gata, gata, dale,
Okay, no shit, that was for the intro. I really did not want to make a second storytime video right after my first one. But I did film a video 2 days ago and it was like basically me rating like influencers, gay influencers, because it's still Pride Month. But like I ended up realizing while I was editing the video that I only chose content creators that I liked, only because the ones that I don't like, I don't really know like that, so I can't say too much about them. And when I say no, I mean like I don't consume their content. I don't know any of those people in real life, okay? Okay. But I actually decided to just give you guys the story time on what happened last year, October. Because it was my first time going to a party like ever. And later on you guys will hear how I barely even made it. But the point is, it was my first time doing something and I went with two of my closest friends. And let's just say it did not go as planned. But before we even get into that, I just want to put in a quick disclaimer because there were actually like a good, I'd say 6 or 7, I'm not even trying to be funny, but they were actually like a group of people involved that day. So if any of you guys are watching this video, I have like no resentment. I don't have no issues with nobody besides one person actually. Honestly, just take it how you want, but shit, it is what it is. Basically, August, September, and October were like my messiest months last year. And when I say messy, I don't mean like, oh, like a little like drama here. No, I mean like messy, like messy. At the time, you guys, I was really close with these two girls. I met one of them back in 2021 middle school, and the other one, she was friends with her, but I didn't get close to that one until 2024, going into 2025. But to not drop names, because I'm pretty sure at least one of them will see this video, we are going to call the one that I met in 2021 Honey. And the one that I met in 2024, who I'm still like extremely close to, we're gonna call her Kitty. Now you guys, just for background story purposes, me and Honey were like extremely close during middle school, like so close that like we had, I think out of 8 classes, we had like 6 or 7 classes together. Again, I'm not trying to be fucking funny. But during the time that we were like close best friends, Honey and Kitty were actually pretty close too, just I wasn't really aware of it. And it wasn't up until 2024 when like me, Kitty, Honey, and this other girl we were all cool with went out. And the vibes were terrible, but months later, actually, Kitty ended up reaching out to me and we ended up like, you know, becoming cool. And then that's kind of how me, Kitty, and Honey were like, I don't want to say a trio, but we were like a group, I guess. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys all of this is because before Halloween and actually before the Jaichisss concert and my hookup back in September, Kitty's birthday came up, and actually Honey and Kitty were having like hella issues right before Kitty's birthday, which like sucked honestly because it was a whole little like thing if Honey should even attend. And I want to say that like really had the biggest part to play in October for Halloween. So let's backtrack a little bit to August of 2025. That was Kitty's birthday month, and Kitty ended up wanting to throw herself a little birthday dinner at Chili's. Now, if I remember correctly, Katie's whole plan was to have like at least 8 people go to the birthday dinner. And I'm pretty sure it did end up happening. But the issue was me and Honey did not know like any of her friends. Like I had been on the phone with them prior because we were like all kind of sort of getting ready on call. Except for Honey. Honey was not in the call getting ready. Days prior to that, there had been like a few discussions as to whether Honey should go because her and Kitty weren't getting along. And I actually was pushing for Honey not to go, only because I knew how things would end up. But Kitty being Kitty, you know, she doesn't really want any drama, or she thought like it would cause more drama to have Honey not go than to actually have her go. She was sadly mistaken. So we get to the birthday dinner, which was on the actual day of her birthday.
Sister.
What? What?
Girl.
What? You never watched my first YouTube video, right?
The air still broken.
I don't give a fuck. Did you watch my first YouTube video?
No, I did not.
Okay, basically like I had a video in plan, but that video did not work at all. Right now, I'm doing another story time, and it's about what happened in Halloween night. How I left.
Oh, with that girl?
Yeah, yeah, but I'm taking it all the way back to your birthday to like really explain what
What are you
happened.
being nasty for?
I'm sorry, you guys. Kitty called. She just wanted to play in my face a little bit, but anyway. As I was saying, I actually don't know where I left off, but as I was saying, then comes the actual like day of Kitty's birthday dinner. Me and Kitty's friends were all on the phone getting ready. Honey was not invited to the call. I'm actually not sure why, but I will say Kitty's friends had like an idea of me and Honey, and they were kind of cool with me. Like, you know, they've seen me on Kitty's like Instagram and stuff, but with Honey, in my personal opinion, I feel like they already had like a reason not to like Honey. And I just don't know what that reason is, honestly, besides one of them. Like, I know why one of them didn't like her. The dinner comes, and I guess like Kitty's friends felt like Honey was giving them a look. And like Honey was just being judgmental. Like she was thinking that she was better than. And mind you, this time around, me and Honey are no longer best friends. We're still close friends, but we're not best friends. Kitty and Honey, however, are supposed to be best friends. But because they've had issues prior to the birthday dinner, things were like a little rocky between them. So that whole day that we were at the dinner, Kitty's friends ended up telling her, oh, like, I thought you and Honey were best friends. Like, Honey is literally like ignoring you. Like, mind you, it's your birthday and Honey is not this and that. And I don't want to paint Honey as the bad person in this story because I actually disagree with everything that Kitty's friends said. When it comes to the Honey and Kitty situation, like with their little friendship, I was aware of everything. But I will say, like, I put myself out of the situation. But when it comes to Kitty's friends going against Honey and like calling Honey names and like basically kind of like laughing and stuff at Honey, I fully take Honey's side. And let me tell you guys why. It's because it was a good like 6 girls trying to like pick on this one girl when Kitty can do it on her own. Like, I've seen Kitty stand up for herself before. Kitty can very much tell Honey, hey, this is what it is and this is what it isn't, right? I noticed the vibes were off between Honey and Kitty, and kind of between me and Kitty too, but I know that it wasn't like intentional because Kitty had like more friends to, you know, I guess you could say like pay attention to. But keep in mind, I'm just as close to Kitty as I am to Honey around this time. Now we all go home, and me and Honey actually get on the phone and, you know, just start debriefing about the dinner, how we felt, like we all picked up the weird vibes and stuff. There was this group chat that Kitty made with like all the people that were attending. Me and Honey decided to leave that group chat because once again, when it comes to Kitty's friends versus Honey, I fully take Honey's side because it shouldn't take 6 of you to like pick at one girl. So then me and Honey get off the phone, and that's when I call Kitty, and I'm basically like filling Kitty in on how me and Honey felt throughout the whole night. And Kitty was basically telling me, hey, like, my friends felt some type of way too. Like, all my friends felt some type of way about Honey, about the looks Honey was giving them, apparently. How, like, she wasn't talking to anybody. How, like, she didn't even hug Kitty on her birthday. I think one of them was even talking about the gift that Honey gave Kitty. Like, honestly, in my opinion, I think they just already had their mind made up about Honey, and so they decided not to like her. And the reason I'm saying this is because me and Honey were both giving, like, the same faces. But the thing is, me and Honey have been best friends since 8th grade. So we give each other like signal looks. Like we weren't even talking ish about anybody up until we picked up the weird vibes. That's when we started talking. But me and Honey were just in our own little world, which I understand how it can be a little frustrating to Kitty and her friends because like, why are you guys just talking to each other when there's a whole like dinner table of us? However, Kitty's friends and Kitty all come from another school, like another high school that me and Honey did not attend. So they were talking about all their high school experience, and me and Honey were like just sitting on the other side of the table. Again, we didn't go to that school, so we have nothing to relate to when it comes to that topic. That's why me and Honey were talking to each other, and yeah. Now next day comes, Honey and Kitty end up falling out like crazy. Like, I believe they like cussed each other out on iMessage. They were telling each other like, oh my god, like just secret animosity that they kind of had within each other. And honestly, I had been told both of them, like, y'all just need to tell each other how y'all really feel, because look, now y'all got into an argument and y'all were there telling each other stuff that y'all don't like that each other did back from 4 months ago. So then they decide to like just part ways, like they're no longer friends. And I will say it was pretty difficult, like not having them be friends together when we were all cool, just because we couldn't do group calls anymore, we couldn't play Roblox together, and just certain stuff. But just keep that in mind because this all ties into Halloween. So Halloween comes, right? Actually, a few like days prior, me and Kitty went to try on Halloween costumes. But while we were there, we were also planning on a Halloween party that we're supposed to go to. Mind you, in 2024, me, Kitty, and Honey were all supposed to go to a Halloween party, and Honey and Kitty ended up going without me because I actually could not make it. So in 2025, the year that we're supposed to make up for it, Honey and Kitty don't even talk anymore. This big old party like came about and everyone like kind of already knew about it. So I posted the flyer on my Instagram. And if memory serves, like Honey was telling me about that same party that she was going to. So on the day of Halloween itself, we were basically planning like how it was gonna go. Me and Honey were on and off about how we were gonna get there. But then my mom actually ended up telling me she'd take me. So I was telling Honey, like, hey, like, do you have a ride just to make sure my friend can make it? And she was like, yes. 30 minutes later, she's like, wait, no. Then like 2 hours later, she's like, yes. Then again, she's like, no. One thing about me, I hate being uncertain about stuff. Like, I just hate not knowing how something's gonna go down. Like I just don't like not having structure basically. So that was already irritating me, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a day prior I had already told Honey like, hey listen, if me and you go together, like if I give you a ride, like you can come over to my house, we can pregame, get ready, but if I give you a ride, just know that when we get there, like you have to go with your friends and I have to go to Kitty because me and Kitty were the ones that were supposed to like be in this Halloween party. Honey had already had her friends who were also going to the Halloween party. I was just basically her ride. So she was pre-warned about the whole situation, like how the night was supposed to go, how she was supposed to go with her friends. And so she basically ends up texting me like an hour before I got off of work, telling me like, hey, can you take me? She was basically telling me like, oh, her friend that was supposed to take her is actually riding with some boys that Honey did not really like. And even when Honey told her friend that those guys kind of made her uncomfortable, Honey's friend just didn't care. So therefore, Honey had like no other form of going to the party besides me. Mind you, I didn't really care because I had already offered to take her anyway. And I actually did want to pregame and get ready with a friend. So I was like, girl, don't even worry about it. Just come to my house. Let's pregame. Let's get ready. I think I just lost power. So then Honey comes over and we start like getting ready. We eat something here. We pregame. We start listening to music, doing each other's like makeup and stuff, like helping each other out, getting ready. And then Honey ends up calling her friend like right in front of me just to ask her like if she was on the way, because mind you, the moment we got to the party, Honey was supposed to go with her friends and I was supposed to go with Kitty. So by the time that we got to that party, Honey's friends were already supposed to be there. So she calls her friend and her friend is basically telling her, oh no, I'm running late. Me and the guys are like, or something like that. Like, oh, me and the guys are like going a little late. So I looked at Honey crazy because again, that's not what we had in plan. And I didn't want to force Honey to be with me while I was with Kitty because they don't get along. And again, the way they fell out was pretty ugly. But regardless, like I was just like, it's okay, like don't worry, like we'll just see how we move from there on. That right there completely ruined the night because it was just out of structure. Basically, we are on the way to the party now. We're in the car. Me and Honey are like jamming to music. You know, we're excited. We had pregame, so like, you know, I was kind of tipsy. And we just start talking, and then right as we're like approaching the venue, I guess, I'm asking her, I'm like, where are your friends? And she calls her friend again, and mind you, this is her best friend, and her friend's like, oh, like we're pulling up, like we're like a good 20 minutes away. Mind you, the venue was a good 40 minutes from my house, so I'm like, damn, like she really is running late. But I ended up improvising, and I told Honey, like, just stay with me, like honestly, like it doesn't even matter, like just ignore Kitty. Kitty will be ignoring you. Like, you guys don't really have to pay attention to each other. Like, let's just take pictures, continue pre-gaming. Like, I had my bottles and everything. So then we get into the whole like line for the party. And it was pretty funny. Like, I ended up seeing some people that I went to middle school with and stuff. And because me and Honey were best friends during that time, we were like, you know, laughing and giggling at certain stuff. But the thing is, while like me and Honey were talking, like Kitty was like, you know, in the back taking pictures, and then Kitty calls me. She's like, hey, let's take pictures. Kitty's one friend was taking pictures of us, and Honey was just in the back standing like in a corner, and it was pretty awkward because when Kitty would like walk somewhere with me, Honey would just stay in the back, like she wouldn't even walk with us. And I felt genuinely bad because I don't want to leave anyone like out, but at the same time I did warn her about how it was supposed to go, and it's not my fault her friends didn't come in time. But anyway, the line keeps like going. It's a huge line, but we're getting closer and closer to the door. Kitty ends up telling me that 2 of her other friends are coming, and they're a couple, and the guy is driving, so he's coming with his car. And then Honey ends up telling me her friend's is like a good 10 minutes away. So while the line is getting shorter, you know, we're approaching the door, Honey tells me that she's gonna step out of the line and wait in the corner until her friends come. But I tell her absolutely not, because we are still together. Like, I'm not leaving you. Like, you're still with me. You just in an awkward position, but that had nothing to do with me. But like, I don't want to leave you anywhere. Honey basically is telling me, it's like, no, but like my friends are coming, like this and that. And I'm like, no, dude, like just stay here. But y'all, in the back of my mind, I like kind of was already thinking, hey, like, okay, so you are willing to be on your own. Like, I don't really have to worry about you. Like, your friends are coming. So you guys, 10 minutes go by and Honey's friends are nowhere to be seen. And I'm already like getting irritated because I'm seeing girls like run out of the venue. I'm seeing guys run out of the venue. And then I heard from one of my old classmates that like people were getting pepper sprayed in there, and like just, it was ugly. So then they end up shutting the party down before we could even step in the door. When I tell y'all, that pissed me off so bad. That was supposed to be my first party ever. But see, the thing is, Kitty's friend, the one that had the car, like the couple, they pulled up and they were basically like, hey, like, if the party shut down, like, let's just do something at the beach. Now, I am a SLUT for the beach at night, okay? So I was like, oh, absolutely. And Honey's friends were nowhere to be seen. But of course, Honey cannot come with. And they're Kitty's friends. And mind you, I was supposed to spend Halloween with Kitty. So Kitty's walking to her car, and Kitty's looking at me like, hey, like, are you coming? Are you gonna stay with Honey? And I was basically put in such an ugly position because I had to choose between Honey or Kitty. But I did have to respect the fact that this Halloween, I was supposed to spend it with Kitty. It was a plan between me and Kitty. Honey wasn't even supposed to be with us. And we did have that agreement that Honey wasn't supposed to be like with me. It was supposed to be a me and Kitty thing. And Honey was supposed to have her own friends there. So you guys, Kitty and her little group were gonna leave because people started towing cars and stuff. And so I had to choose quick. Like literally, you guys, I was like, it was crazy. Like, I could not think right. And to make matters worse, I was under the influence. So I did end up choosing Kitty. So I had like a few seconds before I got into the car to tell Honey, hey, like, I have to go with Kitty because that was the national agreement. Like, she's the one I'm supposed to like be spending the time with. And mind you, I don't know any of Honey's friends, so I can't even like stay with her or anything. And so Honey had told me that her friends were like a good 4 minutes away. So I was like, it's okay, like you could just wait here. We were in a gas station, mind you, and it was a gas station right next to the venue, and everybody was outside because the party had got shut down. So like, she wasn't alone or anything. And also I saw like Honey like talking to people and stuff that she knew from there, like people that were already at the party that she knew. So I'm like, okay, she isn't alone either. So I just had to let her know like, hey, I'm leaving with Kitty. And then I got my butt in that car and we dipped. Now I would say like a good 30 minutes to an hour later, because I did have Honey's location, I just wanted to text her like, hey, like, are you good? Like, I saw that she was in the venue, but I was like, are you good? Like, is everything okay? And I believe she did reply, but maybe like 2 or 3 hours later. But obviously, like, that put me in the uncomfortable position, and just a terrible position actually with my friendship with Honey. And me and Katie were kind of talking about it in the car while we were going to the beach. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I had me a time, okay? Like, when we got to the beach and stuff, like, it was super fun. We were in the dark, we were telling like secrets and stories, and it was just so fun. But in the back of my mind, I was still thinking about Honey because I do not like the fact that everything was out of structure, and that's why I had to leave her. So then the next day comes, you guys, I got home I think around 4 a.m. that day, and then I don't hear a word from Honey. So I text Honey and I'm like, hey, listen, like, you left your makeup and stuff here from when we were pre-gaming. Like, when are you gonna stop by and get it? Like, I'll have it ready, just let me know in time. So then Honey does not reply. And when I did not get a reply from Honey that day, I already knew like she felt some type of way about how things went down. But honestly, it was kind of like, it is what it is kind of situation. So then the next day comes and Honey did text me telling me, oh, like, I'm coming for my items, this and that. She's outside of my house. I go out there, and as I'm handing her stuff, I'm like, hey. And she's just like, hey. And she grabs her stuff and she leaves. I already knew what that meant. Like, clearly she had an issue with how things went down. And when I tell you guys, like, that night got ugly because we got into the argument over, like, what had happened, who was in the right, who was in the wrong. And when I say argument, I mean argument, okay? Like, it was serious. So basically, like, Honey is telling me how she did not like feeling like I was basically just leaving her, like just abandoning her, and how I left her in a gas station, and like it was, you know, nighttime and all that. In my defense, again, there were people there, like the whole thing was full with people, and she was talking to girls and stuff that she knew, so she wasn't technically alone. But also, I ended up sending her like screenshots of our conversations where I literally told her like, hey, I'm going to be with Kitty and, you know, Kitty's little group because I do not know any of your friends. And it was just, I was originally supposed to go with Kitty. Like, we bought our tickets together. Honey had bought her tickets with her own friends that showed up late. So I told her, hey, listen, like, the structure was completely broken the moment your friends decided to go late. And like when the party got shut down for an hour, Kitty's friends were gonna leave. And because I was supposed to spend this Halloween with Kitty, of course I have to go with Kitty. And I honestly told her, like, you should be mad at your friends because if you had a structure with your friends, maybe this wouldn't happen. Like if your friends were already there or came at the time they say they came, because they kept saying, oh, we're 10 minutes away, we're 10 minutes away, 10 minutes go by and they're not even there. Like it has nothing to do with me. And also, maybe your best friend, the one that, you know, came late, could have went with you because why did she choose to go with guys that you didn't even like? Like, why couldn't you guys go together? It just did not make no sense to me. And the way the argument was looking, it just kind of gave like, oh, out of being a terrible friend, I just left her there stranded. Like, no, that was not the case. We had an agreement. We had a plan. After that, we ended up telling each other a bunch of stuff, as you guys saw. Unfortunately, that did really leave like an impact on me, I'd say, for about 2 days. But still, it left an impact. But at the same time, I did have to stand on my stuff. Like, hey, we did have that agreement. I did tell you how it was supposed to go. You weren't even supposed to come with me to the party. Like, I wasn't even supposed to take you. You were texting me on and off the same day, talking about you do need a ride. Oh, no, you don't. Then you do. Then you don't. And last minute, you ended up coming to my house to get ready. So it's really not my fault. Like, I had my own plan. You were not even in it, honestly. Like, I'd say a good 2 months we stopped talking. But then in January, you know, we start liking each other's posts again. Like, we just, honestly, me and Honey have had disagreements in the past. And me and Honey always, like, kind of come back to each other, like, in a toxic friendship. But not really in a toxic friendship. Like, it's just that we genuinely have so much love for each other. Like, even when I was pissed at her, like, I still can't just, like, bash her. And by the way, guys, I'm not trying to say that like I wasn't wrong or anything. Like, I'm just saying that we were both wrong. Like, listen, you weren't even supposed to be coming, and when you were coming, I did warn you like what was going to happen. But you told me your friends were gonna be there. Like, your friends were supposed to be there, so it wasn't supposed to be an issue. But honestly, you guys, like, looking back at it now, again, we're both wrong in the situation. I'm not gonna exactly say, oh, like, I abandoned her. But I will say, you know what, maybe because she was not with her, like, close friends, I could have stayed. Even though she wasn't alone, because I saw her talking to people there, I shouldn't have left her without her close friends. But at the same time, this all could have been avoided if you followed through with the plan. And maybe, like, had you told me days prior that you needed a ride from me and that your friends weren't going to be there on time, I would have told Kitty, hey, Kitty, like, I'm going to be with Honey for like maybe half of the party, and once her friends comes, then I'll go see you. Or maybe I would have stayed with Honey the whole time, who knows. But the thing is, I couldn't neglect my time with Kitty. Like, I couldn't tell Kitty, hey, like, I'm not gonna be with you because of Honey, because originally I bought my tickets with Kitty. And it was not my problem that Kitty and Honey like were awkward with each other, because that had nothing to do with me. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, me and Honey did end up going out. It was such a fun time. Like, it was nice seeing her again. Honestly, we're both like over the BS. Whatever happened, happened. Again, I'm not gonna say I was 100% in the wrong. And I'm not even gonna say she was 100% in the wrong for feeling how she feels. But it's up to you guys to decide who was in the wrong. Or if you guys do agree that we were both in the wrong, it's honestly completely up to you guys. So do let me know. And Honey, if you're watching this video, fuck. I'm sure if you watch this video, you know who you are. Just know I still have so much love for you. Whatever happened, happened. You know, we change, we grow. Anyways, you guys, thank you for listening to me yap about another story. Like, I did leave out a lot of details because one, YouTube guidelines. Two, there were more people involved in the birthday situation, but I don't know them like too much. And again, I'm not in the mood to sit there and argue with people. Like, if they come across the video and they start arguing with me, oh, like you left this detail out and you didn't and you did and you didn't, I don't care, no shade. But here are my socials, you guys, if you want to keep up with me. I do post on TikTok pretty often, but I do want to be a little more consistent on YouTube. You guys were actually supposed to receive a second video like 2 days after, and I think I'm on the 4th day, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. In order for me to stay consistent, y'all have to subscribe to the queen. Do me a favor and hit that like button too, please, so it gets recommended to more people. But yeah, you guys, thank you for watching. And once again, it is no shade to anyone that was referenced in the video unless you took it as shade, bitch.
I know he don't want me for me. I know he just want what I got.